It's fantastic to have so many Labour activists and volunteers out yesterday. People came from near and far, Heysham and Morecambe, and even people from Skirton and Carnforth come over to welcome Andy Burnham, Shadow Health Secretary. We're fighting very actively for the NHS and good local district hospital here, and we're making sure we keep the pressure on Labour as well as we will on any other government. One of the things that people keep talking to us about is the NHS and how important it is for them. It's our beloved service, and so we're listening to local residents and going out there and raising their concerns with the higher ups in the Labour Party, and we'll continue to do that if we have a Labour government. It's only just over a week to go for the general election, 7th of May. Make sure you go out and exercise your vote. Andy Burnham has joined us, which is fantastic to have him back in Morecambe to support our NHS campaign and to rally the troops and make sure everybody's G'd up for going out and getting the Labour vote on the 7th of May for Morecambe and Lunesdale. So make sure that you support Andy, support the NHS and get out there and vote Labour.
Sunshine. Can you bring the sunshine for the Morecambe Carnival, please?
Yeah, I think things are looking brighter with a Labour victory looming, and I'm in the right place, aren't I? Bring me sunshine. I think this is the man himself behind me here, so good luck to everybody at the carnival. Yeah, don't think so.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Okay, no worries.
Brilliant. Just say that, please. Like the poll?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. They can't answer that. I don't think that's right.
We've got Andy's pledged to support our local NHS campaign with 5 pledges. The first one is absolutely imperative. We recognise the special circumstances of Morecambe Bay Trust in relation to funding in our geographical area. We want to absolutely support our brilliant NHS staff to make the Royal Lancaster Infirmary a better hospital. We want to get more doctors and nurses in the hospital. We want to make sure that people get a GP's appointment in 48 hours across the Bay. And the most important thing, we want to repeal the Tory Health and Social Care Act that opened up our hospitals and NHS to privatisation, which, surprisingly, they didn't have a mandate for, but that didn't stop them. With me is Kat Smith, Labour candidate for Lancaster and Fleetwood, and John Woodcock, the Labour candidate for Barrow and Furness. We've joined forces, the three of us, to campaign for Morecambe Bay Trust to have more investment and more support and basically work strategically across the Bay. We're really determined to make sure that we do some joint-up thinking and joint-up work and use our power and influence if we all get elected on the 7th of May. So please join us. When we all get elected on the 7th of May.
And, the big reason why we're going to have to do that, because the future of the NHS quite literally hangs in the balance of this election.
Yeah.
It does, because if they get back in, if you think about it, the cuts that they're planning to social care, alongside that Health and Social Care Act staying in place, it's just going to break the NHS apart. It's going to be sunk by a mix of cuts and privatisation. And John and I have to have these two with us in a few weeks' time, walking through the lobbies of the House of Commons, if we're going to repeal that Health and Social Care Act. If they're not there, we can't. You have to dig in now, as I'm sure you are. It's so brilliant to see you all. But that's what's at stake, and that's why it's worth it in the next few days. Just doing that bit more, just asking the people to kind of just go and commit themselves to do that bit extra, because if they're not there, we won't be able to put the NHS back on the right path. And we've got to win here, we've got to win in Lancaster if we're going to do it. But I'm increasingly confident that we're going to do it. Aneurin Bevan said there'll be an NHS for as long as there are folk with the faith to fight for it. I can see a few nods. You've got that faith, haven't you? Have you got the fight, though?
Yes!
Hell yes is the answer. Hell yes! So we're going to do it, aren't we? I'm really, really encouraged and heartened to see you all out here today. Really fantastic. Thanks so much for everything that you're doing. Speaking on behalf of Ed and the whole Shadow Cabinet, we really, truly appreciate what you are doing. It's ours to win now. That's how we feel. I think Ed has really just hit his stride, hasn't he, in this campaign? And the difference between Ed and Cameron, I hope it's coming over to you as it is to us who are spending time with him. He's confident, he's passionate, he's doing what he believes in. Look at Cameron scrabbling now to try and recreate some energy in this campaign. He's wrong-footed him. I think, it's all there for us to win. Just now dig in. It has been hard, the long campaign, but this is the time. I say the fight for the NHS is here. The fight is now. Get in there now, dig in, fight that little bit harder in these next few days. Let's get them elected. Let's get a Labour government back, and let's secure and win the future of our National Health Service. Thanks for being here, everybody. Let's go on and do it. Good weather for the Morecambe Carnival on Saturday. Is that right? Sunday.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Anyway, make sure 7th of May, go out, exercise your vote. Obviously, I want you to vote Labour, a party that wants to put fairness back into society, pragmatic, sensible policies where we fight for the many, not the few.
Thank you very much.